I got really excited. I got my hopes up. I spent 2 hours prepping for the interview all morning. I got dressed up, straightened my hair. And then 5 minutes into the Zoom call, I get an email from the founder, the CEO of the company saying, oh, sorry, we already filled the position and we forgot that,
Stop right there. If you still think that getting a college degree and firing off resumes guarantees you a job, you're living in a dream world. In this video, we are exposing the ugly reality of the modern job market that HR departments and massive corporations refuse to tell you. From ghost jobs and live firings to the terrifying rise of AI replacing real human skill. Watch till the very end because every single clip reveals a harsh truth that could happen to you next. Let's break it down.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say is important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man?
Hits right where it hurts. Almost every second person today is trapped in a soul-crushing 9-to-5 rat race. You hate the work, you dislike the management, yet the fear of unpaid bills forces you right back into that chair every single morning. It's the modern corporate trap. You aren't living, you're just surviving from paycheck to paycheck. If you feel this way too, drop a yes in the comments.
Has anybody heard about this Florida man who applied for 60 jobs in a month, 2 positions a day, just as an experiment, because he already had a job, but he knows, as well as I'm sure me and you do, that everybody's hiring. Everybody says they're hiring, yet nobody seems to be getting hired for anything, right? I thought I was the only one. I haven't had a job in like 6 months, and I've been trying. I've lost count how many applications I got out there, and I've even forgotten where I've applied to because I have so many out there. This guy, and I'm not joking, look it up, got 2 emails. One was a follow-up, and one was for a phone interview after those 30 days. What the hell? I even have a buddy that works in a warehouse, and you see now hiring signs everywhere for that job, right? He told me, he's like, I know it says we're hiring, but we haven't hired anybody. We're very short-staffed. They're not doing anything.
I'm done. I've been applying to jobs for the past 2 years since I graduated. I graduated college almost 2 years ago. I have 2 degrees. I had 2 internships in college. I was top of my class. Since graduating, I have published a book. Okay, I wrote and self-published a book, and yet that's still not good enough for you people. You still want 5 to 10 years of experience for an entry-level job. Where do you think we're supposed to get this experience if no one wants to hire us? How are we supposed to get the experience if no one wants to hire us without experience? Like, make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then today, for example, I was all excited. I had an interview for this fancy PR firm in Denver because I'm moving to Denver like next week. And I actually thought that I had a chance of getting this job. I know that sounds pathetic, but I got really excited. I got my hopes up. I spent 2 hours prepping for the interview all morning. I got dressed up, straightened my hair. And then 5 minutes into the Zoom call, I get an email from the founder, the CEO of the company saying, oh, sorry, we already filled the position and we forgot that, I forgot that this interview was like already scheduled. Like, she forgot about the interview. And I'm just like, I literally, like, you couldn't have told me this sooner. I spent my entire morning getting ready for this interview just to find out they already filled the position. Like, that is so disrespectful. That is so unprofessional. Like, I don't care how important you are. Like, if you're a CEO, whatever, I don't care. That's unprofessional. You don't do that to people. Like, I'm still a human. I'm still a person with feelings. And also, like, time is precious. And I spent all morning preparing for this interview that you just forgot about. And you didn't even tell me until like 5 minutes into the interview. The fuck? Like, I'm sorry if like this is controversial. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm done. I have no fucks left to give. I'm done. This past 2 years, like I've had so many rejection letters. I've gotten over 500 rejection letters. I've only gone on like maybe 10 interviews, and half of those interviews I go through like 3 rounds of interviews for this company that I'm applying for, and they don't even tell me until the 3rd round of interviews, oh yeah, the pay is like $17 an hour, which is like minimum wage. I just don't understand like how these people can go about doing this, like getting people's hopes up just to have them come crashing down. Like, I feel like my mental health the past 2 years has severely suffered because of the job market right now and because of all these employers posting jobs. A lot of them aren't even real. They're ghost jobs. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And then these recruiters reach out to me and say, oh, we'd love to interview you. Like, we'd love to hire you for this position. And then they just ghost me. or they tell me the position's already been filled. Excuse me, you wanted me. You reached out to me and then you let me down. It's giving like when a guy is interested in you and pursues you just to like change up like 2 months later and be like, oh, I don't want you anymore. Excuse me, you wanted me. I didn't want you. You wanted me. And now you're saying, oh, sorry, like the position's already been filled. We don't want you anymore. Like, what? I literally don't understand. Like, I'm so done.
2 degrees, top of her class, a published book, and still not qualified? Asking for 5 to 10 years of experience for an entry-level role is like demanding a professional racing license just to buy a starter car. And look at that CEO's total lack of respect, forgetting a scheduled interview entirely. This is why an entire generation is burnt out and demoralized.
And I don't think you guys are ready to have the conversation about being so poor that you literally couldn't afford to get to an on-site job interview if you got one. 2.5. That's how many years I've been unemployed. 4,000. That's roughly how many job applications I've put in. 60. That's approximately how many interviews I've had. 4 interviews went the full cycle, from recruiter to final interview. 3. That's how many job offers I've received since December of 2022. Well, Melissa, if you received 3 job offers, why are you unemployed? I'm so glad you asked. One was a teaching position so far away that it would have cost me more to commute than I would have earned. The second one was fraudulent, meaning I talked to real people. I went through the entire process and signed an offer letter, only for them to ghost me and for me to realize that they were simply data harvesting for all of the exercises I did for them, and they wanted me to send them a check for equipment. That company later put a warning on their LinkedIn profile. The third one was to be a recruiter, only to be ghosted and find out from a LinkedIn post that the hiring manager who interviewed me made congratulating the new hire, who was a college student, no tea, no shade, but they had only ever done an internship. I have 18 plus years sales management experience, specifically in tech, in SaaS, in cloud-based software sales. I have 2 master's degrees. I'm currently a PhD candidate. Well, why don't you just get a job, doing something you don't want to do until you... Shut up. I can't get a job at Trader Joe's. Do you know how many people apply to Trader Joe's on the daily? I asked the manager at my local Trader Joe's, what their experience was in terms of hiring. They have applications just backlogged, and they get at least 6 people that walk in the store every day asking for work. Oh, but why don't you get professional help with your... Don't. I've got 8 different resumes. Keyword optimized, customized, cover letters customized. Shut up. Do you not think we have tried everything? Do you not think applying for work is a full-time job? Especially when you are interviewing or attempting to interview with multiple places at the same time. Okay? It's dehumanizing, and it's physiologically and psychospiritually exhausting to be unemployed this long. Looking for work costs money. I haven't had internet in my home since January of 23 because I can't afford it. So I rely on hotspots from the library, or I have to go to a cafe, which means I have to pay to sit somewhere to job hunt. Not crazy. It is that bad. People who have not experienced it will gaslight you. They will insult you. They will disrespect you, even people that love you, because they do not get it. You are competing with people that are more qualified and experienced than you for the same role. Just like people that are less experienced and qualified than me are competing with me for the same role. There is no such thing as an entry-level position anymore. Entry-level now requires multiple years of experience. What the fuck? Doesn't matter if you have degrees in your field. It doesn't matter if you have degrees at all. They don't care. They care if you can tell them what they want to hear. And that's only if the AI applicant tracking systems scan your resume and allow you to be put in front of a human for 10 seconds while they scan your resume and decide if you're a worthy candidate before tossing you aside. So when people come in my comments, when I'm requesting support for mutual aid, or I'm talking about my eviction, which I've actively been fighting since November without an attorney, and they say, well, why can't you just, move out? Or why are you unemployed? Well, first of all, if I can't afford rent, how can I afford to move? Okay? Riddle me that, Batman. Secondly, It's none of your business why anyone is unemployed, okay? But second of all, if you're unemployed and you have a gap in your resume, we all know how hard it is to explain a 3-month gap, a 6-month gap. Try explaining a 2+ year gap in your resume, bitch. No amount of bullshitting freelance work and focusing on your degree is going to explain away a 2+ year gap on your resume.
This one is absolutely terrifying. A PhD candidate with 18 years of tech sales management experience, 4,000 applications sent, and 0 real job offers. Instead, she gets hit with fraudulent companies harvesting her data. If someone with these credentials can't even get hired at a retail store, what hope does a fresh graduate have? The system is fundamentally broken.
I had a job that supported my family. I felt that I wasn't going to my full potential at that job, even though it was a great job. But I wanted to do something a lot more challenging, a lot more, whatever. And I got a job at a very reputable and amazing place for fire rescue, and quit my whole life, put all my eggs in this one fucking basket, and it didn't work out. And now I have no job. I have no fucking idea how to provide for my family, and I have no fucking idea what to do.
The raw pain in this clip is hard to watch. Taking a career risk today can literally ruin your life overnight. One misstep or failed venture and there is 0 safety net waiting for you. Corporate loyalty doesn't exist, and the margin for error in this economy is practically 0.
Okay, y'all. So I have been employed with Jose Peppers for 6.5 years now. And I got a text message this morning that they did not let any employees know that they are closing. They said that we're not getting any of our deliveries. Corporate is here and everything else. And they're about to tell me that I have no job right now. So I am recording for my best interest. And we're going to see how this goes because I am about to walk in right now. So let's see. Hey, so what's going on?
What do you think?
Why didn't we get no calls? Where's corporate? They're over there? In the kitchen or in the booth? Oh, okay. Hey. So what's going on? So why weren't we notified?
I sent a notification in 365, so if your email is in there, you would receive that.
I did not get a notification at all.
I'm sorry.
Why weren't we told beforehand? You waited until the morning of? Why? You guys knew
You guys
this.
will have to talk to Jim. He can kind of explain. We actually just got notified on Friday that the lease is ending. We have to
Well, then
take-
why didn't you tell us on Friday?
I'm sorry.
That's bullshit. And you know that.
I'm not.
You know
you're
that,
still on
though.
The messenger.
You know that though.
You can talk. I'll let you talk to Jim, but I don't.
Okay, then where's this gym at? Where is this gym at? Because that is fucking bullshit, and you know that.
I'm really, like, I am.
I was here on fucking Friday. I was here all fucking weekend, and y'all didn't fucking tell nobody. Ashlyn. Y'all didn't fucking tell nobody.
Talk to you. We didn't know.
Yeah, where's Jim? Where's Jim?
He's coming over here, but I just wanted to try to.
That's fucking bullshit.
I understand that you're upset. I'm sorry.
That's fucking bullshit. Y'all literally unemployed all these fucking people with no goddamn notice. None. Same as y'all did to the fucking West Side, and that is bullshit. Literally. And all you can give me is I'm sorry?
I don't know what to tell you.
It's bullshit. You know that.
What, do you want me
You
to
know
open
that.
the door? Like, I'm sorry that you're.
Yeah, we have no other
I can't
opportunities
control
for us. We're all unemployed. That is bullshit for both of you guys, and y'all know that. Why weren't we told on Friday if y'all knew Friday? And realistically, y'all knew the lease was going to be up before then. Y'all have full contracts for that shit. That's bullshit. Bullshit. So y'all are breaking a contract then by breaking the lease or what?
No, first off, I'm hearing a lot of information that's not accurate.
How is that not accurate? If you guys have a lease that is a contract.
With you, but I can tell you,
I know that because if you rent a place, you have a contract for a lease.
Correct.
Exactly.
But there's been a move on the building. There's another operator coming in, and we were forced up to, not forced, but given the option because our lease is up in 6 months.
So no notification?
Our lease isn't
None.
until December. This is notice to us.
Okay, but we didn't even get told on Friday if you guys knew. That's bullshit. You guys aren't giving us any opportunity for anything. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Literally.
I understand how you feel, and I know this is hard, but it's not going to change what it is.
Yeah, but you guys are unemploying so many fucking people, and all you can do is say, I'm sorry. We ain't even getting our checks like you did the West Side or none of that shit. How are we going to get paid?
What do you mean getting the checks?
We transferred all employees. Nobody was laid off on the West Side. We had a location to come to. Everyone was offered here.
No, you did not. Because my cousins worked on the West Side too, and they did not. No, they did not.
I'm not going to argue. Like, I'm not going to argue about what happened at the West Side.
Yeah, because this corporation is fucking bullshit, and you guys both know that shit. Even you do too. Y'all literally hire murderers and fucking pedophiles and all kinds of shit, and y'all want to cover for all kinds of bullshit. Just like this. Y'all weren't going to call nobody and tell them not to come in. None of that shit.
This conversation's going to end.
None of that shit. None. Yeah, because y'all have no excuses, and that's your fucking problem. We didn't even get a call. You know how many people were going to show up this morning before we found out a delivery wasn't going to get made because the store got fucking closed? That email did not go fucking out. I looked at my emails before I came.
Well, you can check in your 365. Lots of employees
It's not there.
Out as soon as they got it, so it did go
No,
out.
it's because another employee, her son works for the fucking towel company, and we found out that they weren't getting it because it's closed.
Listen, I've been doing this for a very long time.
It don't seem like it.
This is standard protocol in restaurants.
It does not seem like it.
Thank you for your opinion. You can go.
You know what? A reputable restaurant would have gave their employees a notice to be able to get fucking other employees.
Here for the weekend, screaming the way you are right now. This is exactly
why would I want to? Why would I want to?
Why would we have given you any notice for the weekend when this is what you would be doing with customers?
No, we would have understood. We could have got some shit in line. We would have had interviews. We could have applied for places, and that's what's bullshit. You guys weren't giving us the opportunity to be able to do that. So many people's livelihoods are in this fucking building because you guys pay them. And y'all don't care about that. That's fucking bullshit, dude. Literally. I hope y'all feel fucking guilty for everything that y'all did. And I did record this whole fucking conversation. Fucking bullshit.
Real-time corporate, Crutely, 6.5 years of loyal service, and this is what she gets? Showing up to work only to find out you've been terminated via text message. No advance notice, no safety cushion. Just corporate executives hiding behind standard procedure. You are nothing more than a line item on a spreadsheet to these executives.
Do you know what I can't wrap my brain around? It's that when we apply to jobs and they reach out to us trying to set up an interview, we spend a lot of time prepping for this interview in the form of like picking out an outfit or rehearsing what we're going to say. And then we spend at least an hour and a half during the interview, plus the commute time there and back, just for them to ghost us and never let us know if we got the job or not. Like, it is so disrespectful because we took a lot of our time to prep for this interview and this job, and they just can't even give us the decency of a, no, I'm sorry, we're not moving forward with you. Like, it's perfectly fine. I'm okay. Like, you can tell me no, but at least tell me something so I can move on.
Basic human courtesy has completely vanished from the hiring process. Candidates spend hours prepping, dressing up, and commuting, and companies can't even take 10 seconds to send an automated rejection email. This level of disrespect is making the job hunt feel completely dehumanizing.
I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind if one more person at work sends me an email and they say, leverage AI to complete this task. As though I didn't need 7 years of industry experience to even apply for the job. As though I didn't need an active CPA license to get the job. As though there weren't a list of requirements for me to get the job. What was the point of me going to undergrad for 4 years to get a degree in accounting? What was the point of me going back to school to get my master's in accounting? What was the point of all of the hours and hours and hours of time that I spent studying and passing the CPA exams? What was the point of the 10 years of CPE that I have kept up on to maintain an active CPA license as required by the job if all you're going to do is ask me to put it in AI? Can't I use my brain? Am I not more valuable than ChatGPT? At what point do I get to say, hey, actually, no, my brain matters and I don't really give a fuck what Copilot thinks. Let me do my job. Let me prove myself. Oh, no, put it in AI. Put it in AI. I don't want to. I don't want to. Is that okay? Like, Jesus, fuck.
The real face of the AI revolution. 10 years of higher education, a master's degree, an active CPA license, and her manager tells her to just run it through ChatGPT. Companies are blindly rushing to replace human critical thinking with AI tools without realizing that AI lacks real-world judgment. By the time executive leadership realizes this mistake, millions of skilled professionals will already be displaced.
So my department just lost 3 people in 2 weeks, and nobody will say why they all quit at the same time. HR is being like super tight-lipped about it, management is acting like everything's fine, and the rest of us are all sitting here going like, what happened? You know? Then on Friday, I was in a meeting that ran long and I forgot to leave the call right away. So I'm still on mute and I'm just like closing tabs or whatever, and I hear 2 managers who didn't expect anyone else to still be there, and one of them goes, well, yeah, they all found out about the pay gap, like what did you expect? Apparently, 3 people who just quit discovered that the new hires are making $15,000 to $20,000 more than the people who have been doing the same job for literal years. And when they asked for pay raises to match the new hires, they got told there's no budget. But there's budget to pay new people more. So I recorded the whole thing, obviously, sent it to the rest of my team, and now 4 more people are interviewing elsewhere. Like, the mass exodus is about to be insane, and management has no idea it's coming.
The ultimate corporate pay gap betrayal exposed. When long-term loyal employees request a raise, HR always claims there is no budget. Yet somehow they find tens of thousands of dollars to hire someone new for the exact same role. This is precisely why job hopping has replaced workplace loyalty.
Getting an entry-level job after you've graduated with a degree is like the worst experience, and every interview is like so anxiety inducing, and then they'll ask you, they're like, oh, like, are you familiar with this software? I'm like, first I'm hearing of it. And then they're like asking you about your work experience, and like your resume is literally like, worked at a frozen yogurt store, barista. Like, I'm like, this is just like, oh, it's so embarrassing and difficult. So if anybody has entry-level job tips, please drop them below. I'd love that.
The fresh graduate nightmare. You step out of college expecting an entry-level starting point, only for recruiters to grill you on complex enterprise software as if you've been working in senior management for 5 years. Guidance is non-existent, and the expectations are completely detached from reality. Government stats don't tell the full story. On paper, unemployment numbers look low, but on the ground, high-quality, secure jobs are rapidly disappearing. People are living under constant fear of layoffs, automation, and wage stagnation. What about you? Have you dealt with ghost jobs, fake interviews, or corporate disrespect recently? Share your story in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real breakdowns.